begins to grapple with reports of barbaric massacres of Christians in Nigeria. Mike Ode James, a correspondent for Truth Nigeria, has seen the devastation in person. What is really happening on the ground right now to followers of Jesus in Nigeria? So, Mike, for a lot of people, they might not even know that anything's happening in Nigeria. So, can you tell us what is going on right now?
What is going on is devastation, degradation, and dehumanization of Christians, indigenous Christians, Christians who are locals, who are natives, Christians whose grandfather, great grandfather were born in Nigeria, in northern Nigeria. Christians who are owners of the land. Today, what is happening is that they have been dispossessed. They have been dislodged and dislocated from their lands. And how is it happening? Fulani herdsmen are kidnapping them, then extorting money, worth millions of naira in Nigerian currency. Hundreds of millions of naira have been extorted from families whose members are kidnapped. And then, after a while, these families go broke, searching for money to pay as ransom. Now, what is happening again, like I said, these terrorists, and they are Fulanis who are Muslims, they come to the houses of people, they shoot dead either the father, and then they'll grab the children, who may be normally 5 or 6, and then they leave the mother, and then after 2-3 days, they'll send a text message or a cell message to the mother and say, look, yes, we kidnap your kids. We are asking for a ransom of 100 million. If you cannot pay, we will execute them one by one. We are giving you 2 weeks to do that.
Oh.
And that is what is happening. And in the process, some of these girls are raped. The men are brutalized. They are beaten. They are chained hands to leg. You understand? They don't go. When they want to take a pee, the pee where they are chained. When they want to go and, if they want to do anything, they do that. And I have seen and I've asked, and they've told me, a lot of these victims, not 1, not 2, but up to 20, 30, they say, look, we don't eat food maybe twice in 2 weeks. They feed us maybe twice in 2 weeks. Some of them say we live only on grasses and mango leaves. You know, and by the time they are released, a lot of them could not walk. So you see, now, and this kidnapping is happening every day. Every day somebody is murdered, not 1, not 2. Every day a household is murdered. Somebody from a household is murdered. Another one from another compound is murdered. And the household are carted away into a forest in Kaduna called Rijana, which the government is very much aware of, and it's not doing anything. And now, like I told you, when they are taken into this forest, they are brutalized. And then the members of their family start looking for money to pay. And after all, when they secure the release of these persons, what really happened is this. They have no cash. So they have to sell their lands, their farmlands, they turn to beggar. And who buys the land? Probably the relatives of the people that kidnapped them.
That is beyond heartbreaking, my brother. So the question is, for a lot of people in the West, they want to know, is this a land dispute, or is this persecution because they're Christians?
Well, it is simply persecution because they are Christians, number one, and so that they can grab their lands. Now, I will tell you something, Raj. I am from the northern part of Nigeria, and I'm a Christian. My state, Benue, where I come from, we have over 92% population which are Christians. Where I live in northern Nigeria, the place is called Kaduna. That place is evenly divided between Christians and Muslims. Now, what the government do not like, what northern governors do not like, is that they don't want to know, they don't like hearing that, they have indigenous Christians who are northerners. They don't want that. So that they can tell the world that, look, Nigeria is divided into Christian North, Christian South, and Christian North. But unfortunately, we have over 40 million Christians who are in the North, who are indigenous to the North. but they don't enjoy what Muslims in the north enjoy. So the Fulani terrorists take advantage of this and start exterminating those people, taking them away from their land, kidnapping them and killing them. Then when after continuous attacks, killing, the Christians will now be forced to run away from their indigenous land. When they run and they go away, the Fulanis will come and occupy the land and then rename the land. So you see that it is persecution, it is land grabbing, it is kidnapping, it is all whatnot.
So you mentioned that this happens often. How often does this happen? How long has this been happening? Can you maybe give me an example or two of the massacres that you've seen after it happened?
Well, first of all, let me answer how long it has been happening. As a reporter, I noticed this around 2015 under the administration of a president called Muhammadu Buhari. The Muslims who were not indigenous to our lands. Before Buhari came in, we don't see Muslims, we don't see Fulani extremists or headers in our areas before now. Then all of a sudden we started seeing them. And then they started grazing on our lands. And if you complain, they could shoot you or they could behead you. And when you report, the police does nothing. But if you take action against them, you are arrested. That was under President Muhammad Buhari. And so before you know it again, it started on and then kidnapping, then attacks, heavy attacks. We have a lot of attacks. I don't know where to start from. I don't know which examples to give you. I can say it's in southern Kaduna. For southern Kaduna has in between 2016 and 2023 has experienced more than 300 brutal attacks with villages had been wiped out. And it is reoccurring in Benue. It is happening in Benue too. In Benue, there was a time 88 persons were murdered in one bloody night. In a night, that was in 2017 or 2018. And when they were asked, the leaders of the headers said, well, we have to kill these people because they killed our cattle. It's there in the news. Eight Christians were murdered, were massacred in a night in 2018. And when the governor was burying them, giving them mass burial, the president of the country got angry, said, you are putting us on the spotlight. You are painting Nigeria black by burying Christians in the night, in the open, where the media is happening. Now, as a reporter, as a conflict reporter, in 2023, I went to a county in Benue State, and the county is called Ukum County, that we call it local government area in Nigeria. I heard there was a massacre. 72 persons were killed by Fulani herdsmen, and the news, and it was not on news. So, and the Reverend Father called me and told me, look, Mike, I want you to come and see what is happening in our land. You are from Benue, please tell Truth Nigeria, we want you to come. So when I got to Ukum, that is in Benue, in Ukum County, we started going deep into the forest region. Now, I don't know, the police checkpoint and the military checkpoint from where I was going to could be almost 3 hours drive. And as we were moving into this county, and I told this reverend, I said, Reverend Father, you know we could be at risk. He said, yeah, but my cassock and God, through Christ Jesus, will protect us. So, and as we move deep into the forest, people started coming out. They will peep and look. That is the Reverend Father's hillocks. That's Reverend Jacob's hillocks. And they started coming out. They were hiding as a result of the massacre. They left their settlement and they were hiding deep inside the forest. And they said, oh, Father, please wait for us. We have my son. He's 3 years old. Let me go and bring him. And that was how the hillocks was jam-packed. And then by the time we went to the city center, it's called Ayati, Ayati. We only met 7 elderly women. And why are they there? The Fulani spared women, elderly ones. The Fulanis do not want to kill women. And these women decided that let us go to Ayati and get some food for our husbands and children. So when we got to Ayati, and I went with Reverend Father Jacob Ankau and then Reverend Shimo Telumu of NKSTA. And they started showing me the houses. All the houses were burnt. And they told me this community, that community, totally, we are about 32,000. Now, 32,000 inhabitants were displaced. 72 persons were executed by the Fulanis. Churches were burnt. Catholic churches were abandoned. Local churches, Methodists, Baptists in the ruins. Now, again, Raj, you and I met last week, and I told you I was in the bus and I was heading back home to Kaduna. Now, this is what happened. I had to go back to my ancestral home. It's called Ben in Otupo, and it's in Benue State. The Fulanis also launched a bloody attack in a town and in a settlement called Otobiapa, and they wiped out 11 persons. And when I say wipe out, they did not shoot, they slashed with machete. I have someone with a deep gash across his eye. I saw him. The other one was slit. There is a 76-year-old chief who tried to resist them and was shooting. He was butchered and cut up like piece of meat. And 11 of them were killed. And my organization, Truth Nigeria, and Equipping the Persecuted, led by George Sword, decided that, okay, might go and do an assessment and see whether we could provide relief material. So when I got there, I met the angry villagers. I met the lawmaker representing that place, Kennedy Angbo, and he told me that this is a land grab and that these Fulanis, they don't know them from anywhere. And why are these people coming? They are foreigners. They are alien to our culture. We are Christians. We don't know. We are either, our ethnic nationalities are the Idoma, the Tiv, and Igede. And where are these Fulanis coming from? And anywhere the Fulani goes, according to them, it is violence. That is what happened.
Let me ask you this one more question. Your eyewitness testimony is so powerful and so important. I really hope that my friend here watching this shares this video because I've been trying to find sources talking about this, and it's radio silence, crickets. I don't see anyone reporting this. And so, Mike, my last question to you is, why do you think the West, the United States, Europe, anyone, why do you think no one is reporting on this? Why is no one, quote unquote, caring? Why is the world silent about what's happening?
Well, I'm going to tell you something. First of all, the local medias in Nigeria do not like reporting this because they don't want to get out of favor with either the state or the federal government. And this is how it works. Media houses do get patronages from the military. I mean, from the federal government or the state government. So if their reporter goes out of way to report such massacres, and the government is saying, no, there is no massacre as such, it's just banditry, few people are killed. And then when you go deep down, you discover that 20 people are killed in one day, 30 are killed the next day, 40 are killed the next day. The government is going to be embarrassing to the government. So the government is trying to do everything possible to keep the lead on it. So, and the media do not want to report such, except very few media in Nigeria that does such reporting. Again, the federal government of Nigeria will always like to tell the world that this is not an ethnic cleansing. It is not land grabbing. It is not massacre, but it's just a case of bandits. Now, who are these bandits? They wouldn't want to tell you. They will say it's a farmer herders clash. Herders that had AK-49, RPGs, herders that you see them on motorcycles. We call those motorcycles Boko Haram. They are like power bikes, and they are three. And the farmers often do not have anything apart from their whip, apart from their tools. They have been murdered. And these farmers are living in their lands. Their great grandfather left for them. And these herders, according to the federal government, are peaceful herders. It's just that they grazed into the, and they, So the world wants to listen to what the federal government of Nigeria is telling them, especially America. I don't know why the Americans, with all the technologies and everything they have, are not really coming to find out the truth apart from people like you. The fact is, the world, Nigerian Christians feel totally abandoned by America. And I tell you this, if you guys don't do anything, we are going to face the kind of genocide the Christians faced, the Armenian Christians faced in Turkey. The Nigerian Christians are going to be massacred, and they have been massacred already, but we are going to be seeing a gradual but brutal extermination of Christians. Already we have been threatened for writing, we have been threatened left, right, center, and even by it's even more deadlier when the federal government of Nigeria start looking at you for reporting. So, and it's unfortunate the world is just letting this happen.
Well, Mike, we will have to have you back on to update us. This is an ongoing conversation, but for now, I want you to know that the people at CBN News who are watching this video, we stand with you. We're going to be praying for you, and we will have you back on very soon because this is a story that we need to share. So,
All
Mike,
right.
God bless you, my friend.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure. I will even send you stories if you want me to of massacres, videos, pictures, people I've interviewed. After I'm done with you tonight, by tomorrow morning, I'm still going to about 5 families had been kidnapped. Was kidnapped. I'm going to see the wife of the woman and the man, so I could send you these videos after my interview and you see for yourself what
Please
is.
do. Please do.
Thank you.
Please do, and we will be updating my friend here watching. We will be updating with Mike going forward. But please send that, and I'll talk to you soon, Mike. Thank you again. God bless.
God bless. Stay safe too. Thanks.
Every one of us must rise up. The armed forces are not neutral. They collude. They collude. They collude with the armed bandits. They kill people, kill Nigerians. They facilitate their movements. They cover them. If you are depending on the armed forces to stop the killings, you will all die.
Hail Biafra, land of the rising sun, we love and cherish. We have vanquished our enemies. All hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. In Him we trust. Shout it, sing it, all hail Biafra. God bless Biafra. We have emerged triumphant from all our foes. Through the cross the blood has gained, we must victorious. The trumpets the lions song, play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra, we shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes, our precious men, who day and night say them always.
A minute silence to the fallen heroes of Biafra, and the time starts now. We mourn our heroes past, we celebrate them for their existence and all the sacrifices they've done for Biafra, for keeping the flag flying above sea level, even in the absence of our Supreme Leader and our Prime Minister. We salute all of you who are making things happen on a daily basis. And we say, may Chukwu Kikabiyama continue to strengthen all of you as we forge ahead to the full and total liberation of the United States of Biafra and the recognition of the United States of Biafra and diaspora. He said, he said, he said, he said, greetings to everyone and greetings to all the heroes of Biafra who have fought the test of time. Greetings to our heroes of 1929. Greetings to our heroes of January 1566. Greetings to the heroes of 67 to 70s, led by our eternal leader, Dame Odumeku Ojukwu. Greetings to our former president of Biafra, Philip Effiong. Greetings to Wazirike for your sacrifices, making us to understand that there is a need for us to fight for Biafra. Greetings to our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu, who will appear in court tomorrow again. Greetings to our PM, who is also in detention because of our Biafra. Greetings to our APM, who is serving in his state. Greetings to all the entire cabinet of BRGI. Greetings to the entire Biafran people who have not abandoned the liberation in the absence of our leaders. Greetings to all the Biafrans who are financially keeping this liberation up to date. Greetings to our Biafra Defense Forces in the homeland who are doing the needful of liberating the homeland from the occupational terrorist army of one Nigeria. Greetings to you Biafrans who as well make sure every policies of the government of Biafra is carried out without mincing words. We salute all of you for speaking in a very loud voice and for making the zoo terrorist country to understand that Biafra reigns and Biafra continue to exist. Even if they try to quiet all of us, Biafra must speak up. To all of us in diaspora, greetings. You've been doing a great job. You are highly commended by our leaders who are at the forefront behind bars, and they encourage all of us to continue to keep the flag flying above sea level. We commend all of you, most especially those that tune in to make their donations. Despite all that is happening, we commend you all for your trust in our Supreme Leader, your trust in our Prime Minister, your trust in our APM, your trust in the BRGI, your trust coming this far on the Biafra Defense Forces. Biafra Defense Forces remains grateful to us. And we, in tune, are more grateful to the Biafra Defense Forces for not allowing our land to be amongst the top 10 of where people cannot go in. Happy Workers' Day to all Biafrans who are working tirelessly to see that their wages are turned into a metaphor for the liberation of the Biafran people. God will continue to promote you in all your endeavors. God will continue to increase all of you financially, physically, mentally, technically, logistically, and otherwise, so that you can have more to support this liberation of the Biafran people. The God of Biafra will not allow you to lack. The God of Biafra will make your system to be filled up over and over and over again. The God of Biafra will make your fountain not to be dried up. He will make you to continue to flourish on daily basis so that you will have more to put in to the liberation of the United States of Biafra. So happy Workers' Day to every Biafran who is working day and night, most especially our women. Yes, our women, they do many shifts in the Western world just to make sure they have enough to be able to support this liberation. I salute our women, and I dedicate this Workers' Day to our women for the enormous sacrifices that many of you are doing to see that the enemies of Biafra do not tear us apart. More grace to your elbows, and the God of Biafra will multiply, open doors where there seems to be no one, create opportunities where there seems to be none, increase your pocket, and make you to have the agility to put in more into the Biafra liberation. We salute you for all your sacrifices. Thank you so much. Happy Workers' Day again to every Biafran. To our Biafrans in the media, our Prime Minister is very proud of all you do. Yes, Prime Minister is very proud of all you do. And he says, let the fire continue. That what we have been preaching, the world are getting the message. Our political and diplomatic work is ongoing in the pipeline. So, media team, God bless you for all you're doing and continue to do. Do not look back and do not be carried away by those that talk down on what you do. We must continue. Yes, our Supreme Leader will appear tomorrow in court. I salute the presence of my Minister Jared there. I can see the Minister of the Military Intelligence Department. I can see the COS of our APM and many other ministers in the House. Please, if I don't call your name, it doesn't mean I don't commend your presence. I commend the presence of everyone here. Thank you so much. Our Supreme Leader will appear again in the Zoo Court, being 2nd of May 2025. And today, being face of May, everywhere they quiet. No be so? Huh. But everywhere is not quiet in some other places. And before I continue, let me say something about Biafrans that have been so indulged and carried away with the wave of the West putting their eye on the Burkina Faso president. I wish every Biafran adores and carries the leaders of Biafra that we have, the way you people have thrown your support on the Burkina Faso president for the past few days. I wish. And I wish the Nigerian blockheads have thrown the same support and energy into fighting against the Fulani terrorists in one Nigeria, the way they have so jumped in to capitalize on the Burkina Faso's president's menace. You see, your house is on fire. You ignore and abandon your house. You're now running after to go and quench fire in another person's house. What is the best name to describe you? Those that should know, should know. Thank you, Mwachineke. Because Fulani terrorists is massacring all of you every day. Jagaban came, you all fizzle off. Obedient came, you all made noise and later you fizzle away. Now, Senegal youth gave you people a model of what you're supposed to do. Were you able to do it? No. Kenya youth gave you a model of what you're supposed to do. Were you able to do it? No. Now it is Burkina Faso. All of you have jumped from one Nigeria into Burkina Faso matter. It is a trending issue. But inside Nigeria, the Fulani terrorists are taking over communities from Kanu, Borno, Samfara, Benue, Kaduna, Katsina, Plateau, Gombe, Adamawa. They are coming, taking over. That is not very clearing to your eye. What is clearing to your eye is what is happening in Burkina Faso. How you can use it to do comedy, do skits, and make so much money from it, from the social media. After you make all this money, where will you invest the money? You will make $200 from YouTube or TikTok, and then you use it to invest in America, or you invest it in a UK or Europe, and then it will become something useful to you. You see where your brains are blocked. Because if you make $1,000 in America and Europe and UK, the taxes you will pay, before you know it, the money is finished. But make that money and then take that money to your Africa to go and invest. You will see how much you will make within a week, because you have the population in demand of the supply of whatever that you are doing. You make big money in America, so you pay big taxes. You make big money in UK, so you pay big taxes. You make big money in Europe, so you pay big taxes. But make that big money in Europe or America or UK, then bring that money to Africa and invest. That is when you know that Africa is the best market for one to invest. Why are they all producing everything they produce in the Western world and they bring it to supply in Africa for consumption? Because that is the largest market of consumption. But they don't want you to be the largest market of production. So that they can make their money, they have to monopolize production in the Western world. It is shocking that many Biafrans have even joined the protest for Burkina Faso president in America, in Europe, and in UK. It marvels. But these same Biafrans, you will not see them join protests for our prime minister detention that we are going to unveil the date very soon. The date of the protest for our prime minister is going to be unveiled in no distance time. We are going to pronounce the date so that Biafrans will now start preparing themselves to engage the Finland embassy in your countries. If you are in Finland, you decide where to gather. But in other countries of the world, what you do is that your protest should go to the Finland embassy. Will I see all of you that are jumping into Burkina Faso issue today? You have been on this for years. Understand one thing. Burkina Faso is a sovereign country. You are not yet a sovereign country. You're fighting to get that sovereignty. You're fighting to get that sovereignty. So which should you be taking more serious? Is it a sovereign country that somebody cannot come and pick their president in their country? Or is it you that is in exile and you're in the homeland in a de facto government where you're fighting to get yourself liberated from the occupational existence of the terrorists that had occupied your lands? Oh, you see Burkina Faso, you carry it on your head. But you have not carried your own Biafra on your head so much. Because if you had done so, all of you would have been engaging and protesting in all parts of the world, with or without anybody telling you. You would have been engaging everywhere. You would have all headed down to Finland to go and storm Finland for complete 1 month. You would have staged a protest in wherever you are to get to the Finland embassy. Did anybody tell you to go and join the Burkina Faso protest for the president where you are? No. But you are doing so much campaign on the media for it. And where you are, that you see the physical protest, you are already joining. You see how imbecilic you are in your brains. Wazirike came, you ignored him. Nnamdi Kanu came, you ignored him. Our prime minister came, you say he's Ekberima. Ekberima is agent of Nigeria, Ekberima. Now you have APM. You say, oh, they told you people that APM collected money from Nigerian government with Ajare and Sonny, and they shared the money and they came to destroy convention. Somebody sit down to open her mouth and say it, and all of you carry it in the media to do propaganda, to think that you will destroy, Sonny and Ajare and APM. Why Fulanis are taking over your communities? So we want to see 3 times of what you guys have done in the media and also physically pertaining to Burkina Faso's president with the pronouncement of American, that black-headed monkey officer that is making himself a sacrificial lamb to destroy his own brothers in Africa. So Biafrans and lovers of Biafra, Burkina Faso is a sovereign country. Biafra is seeking sovereignty, is seeking recognition. A date is coming for announcement, so everybody should get prepared. We're finalizing some few things. So, we saw that Nigerian government went back to 2015 to go and bring a DSS official, which they used to raid the hotel where our supreme leader was when he boarded in from UK to Lagos. And then the annoying point is that they said the court granted him permission to testify behind the scene. Behind the scene. And the thing sounds so laughable. He granted somebody permission to testify behind the scene. All right, let us say it was granted and then it happened. We also have another demand and a question to them that a DSS official was brought in from 2015 when they went to the hotel to raid our supreme leader's hotel, right? Okay. Since it is now based on going back memory lanes to bring DSS officials to come and start talking behind the screen. We want to see Nigerian government bring the army general, Grande Opekine, Chiki. We want to see Nigerian government also bring the army generals. The army generals which Vale. We want to see the army generals which Nigerian terrorist government brought to Afaroko, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house. We're asking, we want to know if they will be able to also, or they should go and bring, because we understand quite well that everything they are doing now is just to buy time. They are buying time, keep Onyendu in detention, since they think that Biafra cannot come, because they thought that Biafra will never come. And in the absence of Onyendu, God raised an army, God raised a prime minister, and God raised the Biafran people who have made sure Biafra land is not taken over by now. Because if we had all disappeared, Biafra land would have been taken over by the zoo terrorists. The video we played at the beginning of this program is narrating the menace of Fulani terrorists in the far north and middle belt. What has stopped this kind of story from coming out from Biafra land is because of the resilient, the tenacious nature, the brutal nature of the Biafra Liberation Army, the Biafra resistance fighters, the Biafra de facto government in the homeland, the Biafra Navy, and the Biafra Air Force. So the Biafra Defense Forces are doing a good work. So if you are not seeing the good works of Biafra Defense Forces, go and ask the inhabitants of the northern part of Nigeria, the Middle Beltans, and the Yoruba lands. Ask them, how is the Fulani terrorists turning you people into a football field? Ask them. When you ask them, they will explain to you. When you listen to what they tell you, you will now understand the effectiveness of the Biafra Defense Forces in Biafra land. That is why we need to fund them. We need to continue to fund them. We need to go beyond our pocket. Let us go into our safes. Let us go into our banks. Let us go extra miles. Let us invest. Let us go into the IOU. Let us go into every way possible you can do one or two for more resources to come. We need more funds. Except you want your lands and communities to be overrun by the Fulani terrorists. These places that they were speaking and crying of the invasion of the terrorists, don't they have governors there? They have. Don't they have ministers there serving under one Nigeria? They have. Don't they have senators? They have. They have councillors. They have local government chairmen. They have House of Reps members. They have speakers of the House. They have House of Rep members. In fact, Abuja that is there talking for their own interest, but cannot stop what is happening to them. So it takes a gold fist to be able to face the zoo terrorists that is sponsored by the Nigerian government. And that is what the Biafran people have done. And we will continue to do more, because this is not about one person, but it is about the survival of the entire Biafran race. That they have not overrun the entirety of one Nigeria is because of the existence of the Biafran race. If the Biafran people were not there in the picture, everything that is not Islamic jihad would have been taken over. They will slaughter all of you, Islamize you overnight, and you will do nothing about it. Yes, because as it stands now, every massacre that is ongoing, abduction and taking over your lands and annihilation, what have you been able to do? Nothing. You are doing nothing. You're just there coming out to wail on the media, to lament. When you finish lamenting, you go back. Is there any defense mechanism? No. Can your senators save you? No. Can your governors? No. Governor Otom was a governor. Under his watch, he was begging the federal government to allow him just to harm his people to defend themselves. Federal government said, no, don't harm your people, but allow the Fulani terrorists to kill your people. So how can you, or how do you think the federal government of Nigeria or the state governors or the senators or ministers can save you? They cannot save you. They can't save you. That country or that contraption is still alive today, the people inside it are still standing and they will have the pride to come out and say, I'm a Nigerian, is because of the existence of the Biafran race in it. Because the Biafran race becomes like a daring lion against them. So whenever they want to trample on one person, they will remember and try to ask the question, is this one a Biafran extract? Because they are going to awaken the fire that has been quenched for a long time. So in September in 2017, one Nigerian terrorist government invaded the house of our supreme leader, Nnamdi Kanu, and they killed over 30 people. Yes. What did they go there to do? They went there to kill Nnamdi Kanu as supreme leader. They did not go there for any other thing. They went there to kill Nnamdi Kanu. They had granted him bail with condition that he should stay and then return back. He was to reappear back in court. And then they decided to do the same thing that they did to Fela's mother when they invaded the house and they called themselves unknown army, unknown gunmen. They marked their faces. This is Nigerian army who marks their faces and then claimed to be unknown gunmen. They went there, beat up the woman and threw her from two-story building, and then that was it. So they went to do the same thing in our supreme leader's house in Afaroko. Then they ended up killing over 30 Biafran youth. As we appear in court tomorrow, we want the entire media to be accosted with this reality. That Nigeria should also go and bring the army terrorist general, which they sent to the house of our supreme leader in 2017 to go and kill him, which necessitated his escape for the survival of his life. And at that time, the Nigerian terrorist army succeeded in killing more than 30 Biafran. They gunned them down instanta, while many were injured and they were in the hospital. Many passed out because of the gun bullets. Can you show me any gun or any stick or any machete that the Biafrans that you massacred in the house of our supreme leader were found with when you invaded the house? None. They were all there peacefully. So when Nigerian DSS and the terrorist court of one Nigeria went to go and bring the DSS officer that raided the hotel of our supreme leader in 2015, when they whisked him out of the hotel against his will, because they say, why must you enter Nigeria? Why must you talk about Biafra? Why must you broadcast? Why must you educate people? They don't want to hear Biafra. This is all under Buhari. So as they went to go down memory lane of 2015, we are also asking them to also make sure we see the army general that led the invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house in 2017. Let that army general come and tell the entire court who instructed him from Abuja, from where they took off in the southeastern state of Biafra, that is the Biafran region, from where they took off, from which barrack they mobilized, and where did they call for the reinforcement, and how they invaded Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house, and to what motive, and who told them to go and kill him. And on getting there, they could not kill him. God wicks him away. Why did they kill the over 30 Biafrans? Since you people want to go memory lane now, yes, you people want to go and start opening the can of worms, which we had at some point just gave deaf ears to it because we want to see our leader come out. The court case of our supreme leader had already been taken care of because you cannot be a kidnapper, an international kidnapper. You kidnap somebody, then you now bring that person to come and try the person. Was it not in your same useless court that a pronouncement was made that if you violated international treaty of kidnapping this man all the way from Kenya, you have lost your legitimacy of even trying him in court because you are a kidnapper, international kidnapper. That is why Boko Haram terrorists and all the kidnappers that emerges inside one Nigeria, they're not just coming out by proxy. No, these are products of the originator of the country. This is how the country was originated. This is how the country has been. So if the main owners of the country are kidnappers, how do you now expect that the remnant of the country will not be kidnappers? How do you expect that Boko Haram terrorists and all the Fulani terrorists will not be kidnapping people and be killing for ransom? Because Nigeria itself is an international head of kidnapper. So everything that comes out of Nigeria must also be committing same crimes, and they will use their hand to sing praises of themselves that they have done well by carrying out the kidnapping. So we are calling on all Biafrans and all well-meaning one Nigerianists who still wants to see posterity speak of their existence. Ask your one Nigerian terrorist government that they should, as a matter of urgency, produce the army terrorist general that led the invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu House in 2017 in court. Let him also come and testify and tell them why they did so. I thank you all. Adeye. My Minister Jare, over to you, sir.
You all are why how monkey go to sleep in yanga go wake up? Wetin did they find? Now wahala. You go find. And you go get that wahala. Una be kidnapper, una be thief, una be terrorist. Now una no hide in our head. Una no hide in our head. My son should make Onyeka also a co-host. So we are if we have two, it is better. So that Onyeka can also be bringing people in, and while we take someone else. I want to appreciate my boss, I call him the Kureku one of Biafra land. We also know him as the Okokondem of this new Biafra movement. And we cannot disprove that his works are showing for it. And Biafrans, we are receiving the dividends of it all. This generation of Biafrans, we are the generation that have rewritten the narratives. We have changed it. You can see that they for their mind, they never even thought that anybody can even remember to ask them some of the questions we are asking them. They can't remember. You are bringing witnesses. As you are bringing all these witnesses, so you forget that where the buck stops at your useless table was when you sent the army. Because Mazin Nnamdi Kanu is the last person to run away because he's not a coward. He's the last person to run away from the law because he is an observer of the law. He is someone that understands the meaning of law, the importance of law. So he's the last person that will coward himself out of Nigeria because he doesn't want to face the law. He will face any kind of law because he is an epitome of fairness, justice, and equity. Nigeria, because they are evil, they sent the army. Who was that general that murdered innocent Biafrans? That unalived over 30 Biafrans? And Mazin Nnamdi Kanu will never forget to remind them of his dog called Jack. Who is that man that gave order for 30 Biafran souls to be unalived and for an innocent dog, Jack, that did them nothing to also be unalived? Where is that man? Will he also come out and be a witness? Or are they going to lie to us that it was Lagbaja that gave the order? Because no, they had them. They will now come and tell us it is Lagbaja, that Lagbaja don't die. And they forget that we know the meaning of Lagbaja. Lagbaja is they cover their face. Now you want to cover the faces of people without producing the criminal terrorist general that gave the order to shoot at sight. I wish we can go back and share the video of what happened that day. The gunfire was going on as if we were in Ukraine versus Russia war. It was going as if there was a torpedo missile being thrown at the compound of Mazi Israel Kanu. We thought that it was Third World War happening in Afaribeku on that day. Who was that general? Are you people going to kindly produce that general to also come and witness and tell us what happened on that day? That's the question we're asking. Or is it not a relevant question? At least, as he's a general, there's no need to cover his face. He will boldly and proudly say, I am the general that gave the order to unalive 30 people that made Mazin Nnamdi Kanu to escape with the whisker and escape for his life. So that general should come here and answer that question. Because since you people are shameless, instead of you to allow due diligence with your court system that gave the order that, look, this man was kidnapped, and those first judges that freed Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, they saved you, they tried to save you from your shame. But because Nigeria can never be saved from shame, they decided to keep Mazin Nnamdi Kanu up to today. That shame can never be wiped out from your face because it is under that shame that you all be under that shame you all perish and you all be buried, because Nigeria must cease to exist if human beings must survive. If the human beings in that contraption must survive, then Nigeria must cease to exist. So without wasting time, I know there are a lot of us here. Please, let's request that raise your hands and let us bring you in so that you'll begin to address these issues. And if any one of you have a more salient question to ask this, evil contraption called the Zoological Republic of Nigeria, we can begin to ask them that question, or we can begin to buttress the point of this topic we have posted here. Who is that general that led that invasion? He should also come and be a witness. At least he will be able to defend Nigeria very well and tell them why he went to the house of somebody who is on bail. He went there to unalive him, and in the process, 30 people were murdered in cold blood, and an innocent dog was also murdered at the same time. Please, Onyeka, give us your own opening while we begin
Yes,
to bring people in.
so much. Thank you, Honorable Minister, for information to Biafra Republic Government in Exile. Honorable Sonia Abadawa and Deputy Information Minister Communication, Honorable Chamaka Jere, aka Pastor Van Van Van, aka Apo Kokotiwuraki. You see, thank you so much for your good work. Fellow Biafrans, the ministers of Brigi, I greet you. My ladies and comrades, I greet you. You see, Biafrans, the time to give the zoo what they need, what they deserve is now. Not to give them that water. Verbally, media, on ground, everything, the time is now. Because these people have proven that to be, they're shameless. A system where a man indicted for terrorism in UAE, he has been a minister for information and digital economy, communication and digital economy. Since late Buhari to this official bat. Yet, these non-terrorists are minister, the one in charge of your data, the you Zugarians. Those of you ungrateful elements who Nnamdi Kanu is the reason why some of you are still alive today. You are a man who opened the eye. The priority you're talking about, both to Niger and Mali, Nnamdi Kanu is courtesy of he the credit. He don't want to take credit of their actions. They can't deny it. And some of you who claim to be Igbo Biafrans, like that type of culture, Okamalama, Peter Obi Okamalama. Okamalama is the shameless people that only good at outside. They show to be good outside, but inside their home, they are nobody. They don't care. They don't care about their people, but they don't show like say they are good people. To show Manamaligu and Petalazu, eye services. Peter Obi Okamalama, Jeje Okamalama, Kanu Wako Okamalama, Okamalama, Mikel Obi Okamalama, Kanayo Okamanama, Jimmy Ike Okamanama, Paul Okoye Okamanama, Peter Okoye Okamanama, Flavor Okamanama, Fino Okamanama, and many of them Okamanama, Imoni Okamanama, Kesi Okamanama, Kobana Okamanama, Kobana Chipe Okamanama, Mama Ribon Petenazu, chainless morons. You show yourself outside, but in your home, your women are being raped, your children are being killed, being quiet, and you do nothing. You come to show yourself outside. Only those who don't know you will give you iota of respect. If you cannot protect your women as a man, you deserve no iota of respect. You are a man with that hood. That in the manhood, that hood, you only man, no hood. Money, you give somebody fish today, and the person you give fish today, no protection of life tomorrow, or you give the person money tomorrow, they finally kidnap the person and fight the person. What is the essence of those money fish you are giving? Shameless people. Let's talk about this zoo terrorist breeding government. Terrorist sponsoring breeding illegitimate government or government. If international community has said Nigeria is supposed to be proscribed, Nigeria is supposed to be a terrorist, proscribe Nigeria, and officers, politicians, all of them are terrorists. How can criminal kidnapper, an international kidnapper who violated international law, treaties, everything, they violated everything, and went and kidnapped a man in another country? British evil kingdom, Kenya under Uhuru Kenyatta, useless man that our people, our father, one of our forefathers, served his father, served Kenyatta. Even I think what they have changed the name because the market name Kenyatta market in Enugu. I think they have changed that name. He took money and conspired to kidnap an innocent man, torture him for 8 days. 8 days, dehumanize him, and finally, or extraordinarily rendition him. Since then, you don't have evidence. You begin to, I haven't seen where you go arrest somebody, after arrest, they begin to look for evidence. You're supposed to have evidence before going for arrest. You don't have evidence. Then I begin for 5 years now. And I don't know, our government said we shouldn't talk to the lawyers, but they meet really, in fact, careless for you to say, okay, you have a 7 son and 4 son for represent the zoo, then you allow that nonsense, brother dash, for somebody to mask or come and give a. Let them also go and produce the Army General, the Aba High School massacre, produce those who led that massacre. Mpo massacre, produce those who led that massacre. Herbridge, Eleme, Obibo, the fresh one, Okuoma, here, produce those who led that massacre. Produce those who led that massacre. Because you people have by a bit more than you can chew. You think you can get away with all this nonsense? You can't. You can't get away with it. We have the people you are seeing, you have turned us to whatever you wanted to us. We are no longer, I'm no longer human being. That thing you turn to be, you pay, you will get it. You get it, you go scot-free. Everything we burn down to ashes, everything. Our leader told you that he has millions of pounds in Nnamdi Kanu, and he is the softest. I think it's a joke. All this baladash, all this gross crime against humanity, you're doing it because you think you're having the backing of the imperialists who are non-humanistic life valued when it comes to Africa. Our life don't matter to them. They even said it. They are committed elsewhere. They're not committed, not about Black Sahara Africa. They are committed elsewhere. But our resources, you care about it, but don't care about the inhabitants. Because you think you have everything, you have artificial power, then you think of those things. Let me tell you, time comes, those things cannot work. Because natural justice will rise up. Will rise up to defend the children of light. And if people don't retrace your steps, all of you, calamity that will destroy you beyond rebuild is coming. Zoo, go and produce that general. That criminal general that went and they looted our leader, they looted the house of our leader, they looted everything, looted money, treasure, everything, gold, everything, looted a royal farm, a royal com. Who are you to go and desecrate a royal palace? Who are you to do so? Okay, see, as you think that you have run away, that you can no longer be reached. All those things you looted our leader Nnamdi Kanu house in the royal palace. All those things you looted. Money and the other gold, everything. You will vomit it. You think that you have run to Australia after you looted money, you run to Australia, Obiano, run to America. All of you. Somebody will tell me that these morons are Igbo bloods. Peter B, you tell us who are your siblings. Who are your siblings? Peter Mba will not tell us who are your siblings. The one in Ebo, tell us who are your siblings. So Ludo, tell us your siblings. We need to know your siblings. And the legal counsel, defense counsel that are defending, do the right thing. Do the right thing. Because all these things are getting us angry. They don't have, how can you be a kidnapper, a criminal, trying an innocent man? And you people are there entertaining that irregularities. These atrocious irregularities, you are entertaining it. You think you are going to get to, don't do something that when you, after doing it finish, the ground will haunting you, because none of you will go scot-free. Do what is right. Don't underrate us. underrate us to at your own detriment. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Onyeka Nkodenamba. Thank you so very much. Now, as we progress, please let's come in and let's engage on this particular topic. Everyone in this space must make sure you have shared this particular conversation amongst your own followers so that we'll have a full house this evening. Mazi Nonso, please grab the mic. Let's have your own observation.
Okay. Thank you very much. Greetings, my Minister of Information and my Deputy Minister of Information. Thank you very much. Welcome you, Mazi Onyeka. See you when you're Mazi University in Biafran. I see you, Sister Kiruka. Greetings, my Minister Snow, and every one of us who are also on the listening section. I have a question for the zoo, the so-called Nigerian terrorist state and their media in particular. Why is it still up till now, whenever they are reporting the case of our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, they will always use the word arrest. He was arrested in Kenya or from Kenya. So the question I'm putting to them, to the Zoo Gota media, is that how is it that our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, was arrested from Kenya and brought back to the zoo, to Nigeria, without any evidence of arrest? We all could remember that the so-called Interpol, that they also came out openly to say that it was the help of the Interpol, has officially come out in a statement openly to deny the fact that they have no hand in anything arrest concerning our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. But you know, we have women everywhere. Tomorrow you will still see them in the courts, you know, gambling themselves around our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. For good 4 years, even for the fact that the UN, the so-called feverish UN, gave a statement earlier when this whole thing started, that our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, should be released under an ultimatum of 6 months. Because we have women everywhere, even the one that's the only man and the only government, the only people that has the balls to stand to do the needful, since all these other women, celebrity women that we have everywhere, you cannot do all these things. Instead of you to be wise enough to maintain your lane, you choose to be used because you were contracted. Even some of you was not even contracted, you voluntarily, because of longer truths. It's very, very unfortunate that you have already met your doom, because it doesn't really matter the lies or any manner or any way you try to narrate the story, because the whole truth is already in the public, it's in the open. The whole world knows. Our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, always remember the so-called, he's not saying it because of the so-called criminals, the terrorists, these DSS or the terrorist Nigerian government or the judge or those criminals that are there. He's not saying all those things openly when he had the opportunity to say anything because of those people to change. No. He's telling you, he's telling the public that he was kidnapped for the fact that this man, our leader, is using that word. Anytime he used the word, anytime he come, he used the word that he was kidnapped. Is that not enough evidence? Is that not enough reason for those bunch of women that always gang themselves around in that court to ask a question? And even though it's worth for them to be seized or arrested, they are not better than Nnamdi Kanu. That should be the case, and let the news go viral. Our leader, your brother was kidnapped. Your own brother was kidnapped from Kenya. He is saying this thing, saying it before your face, before the whole world. And you are still there gallivanting, behaving like a bunch of fools. And you think that we, the Biafran people, are happy about all these things that is going on. Our leader, he was kidnapped against international treaty, and which the so-called Nigerian terrorist state has no jurisdiction in whatsoever or order to try him. And all of you, he will be there quoting and answering. The only what you people will do is when he answer the question, you will shake your head and do it, because you people are goats. If all of you are fools, this man is already in chains. Or you people feel that you are free. You are fools, women. You cannot speak for your brother. You cannot stand and say, no, this thing cannot happen. But if it is to fight your own brother, you will tell him, do you know who I am? So the Nigerian terrorist state and their so-called courts should be aware that our leader, that for the facts, we don't want to hear any other thing. For the facts, if they can prove the fact that our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, was arrested, for me, I don't have any problem with it. But if our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, was kidnapped against the international treaty, against the international law, he must be released immediately. And any other thing that they are doing, any other thing that anybody is doing, now they are on their own. But before I will go into yield the mic, I would like to beg our government. Tomorrow is sit at home. Anyway, there's no need. Let me not just go there. I will yield my mic here. But I will support this. I will support tomorrow's sit at home with 20 Ejima. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mazi. 1 million. Yes, Mazi 1 million understands very well that everything we're doing has to do with a Gemma, because we need it very, very
200
much.
Ejema? Hey, no. That one now, come on.
20
200
Ejema.
Ejema.
20 Ejema.
Oh,
Okay.
20,000 Ejema. Okay, good. Thank you, sir. No.
20 Ejima. Thank you, my brother. Yes.
I said 20,000. You sent some
200 Ejima is not a problem. If it works for us to give
My
1,000
lady,
Ejima,
you
we
sent them
will do
now.
it.
Sent them. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Thank you, my brother. Thank you.
All
Hey,
right.
Peter, take
We'll
notes.
give
Our
we'll give the
money.
mic. We'll give the mic to University. Are you ready? University did not raise his hand. I don't know if he's ready to speak. I think somebody is requesting to come in. University may not be ready yet. University, are you ready to say something?
No request. Okay, now I've seen it.
University did not request, but
Half,
we have.
half a minute
Oh, yeah,
is
can
coming.
mute your mic.
Okay, sir.
We have Ekwensu. Ekwensu, you're welcome. You can give us your own submission also. When you're coming in now, I'm sure you'll be following.
All right, Chamaka, can you hear me?
Okay, University, go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. I greet you especially. I salute everybody. I salute you, our Honorable Minister Parawa. Thank you so very much. The brain box of the movement. May God bless you and bless our leaders and bless our Honorable Prime Minister Simon Ekpa and our APM. I will never get tired of appreciating what you're doing and coming in a very difficult time. We understand how you feel and how everything has, get down with you. So we really appreciate all the effort you are putting. And Biafrans as well. I like this subject today that says DSS court to produce army general that led invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu house in 2017. Why this is very interesting is because Nigeria that committed a crime is the one that still went forward to kidnap someone in another man's land. And since all this while, they have been trying to try Nnamdi Kanu as if the representatives of Nnamdi Kanu are not presenting anything to that same court. You came to kill Nnamdi Kanu, and God saved him, and then you killed a lot of people. You even kill a dog. This is very worrisome. The kind of human beings we have in Africa, it's very sad that such people actually exist. And this kind of people are a reason why wars exist. This type of people were fought against in the West. That is why the West is prospering today. There are still people like them, but they have failed, so they have to abide by the system. So these people committed a crime after, using people in their land to do Operation Python dance. Nobody questioned them. They kidnapped people who were coming back from farm, people who went to the stream. They kidnapped them. They claimed they arrested them. They labeled charges against them because they know that after all, the society has been rendered poor. If you are arrested, there is no hope for you if you don't have land to sell, or if you are not doing well in business and you don't have a good job. There are times where we have thousands of Biafran people in Nigerian cells without trial, without going to court. These people were not taken to court, but they exceed the limit of time duration that you can be held in detention. And sometimes I wonder how Nigerians were able to believe in Nigeria. And when they are talking to you, they tell you about constitution, this and that. You kidnap somebody, you claim you arrested somebody, you label all charges against that person. You are not working alone. You are not working on your own. There is a court, there is a law in the land. There is something that you are subject to. And then you take these people without any trial, you keep them hostage. And then all these too many crimes. This country, some politicians in this country were involved in organ harvesting and human trafficking, drug dealings. Nobody have held anybody accountable. But immediately somebody said that these people have suffered enough, they deserve a better life. They went and kidnapped him after several attempts to kill him. And whoever that is giving these orders, we don't know them. The judge, several judges has come, maybe more than 3, to try Nnamdi Kanu. All of them have failed. Up until now, none of these judge has asked to produce all the charges labeled against Nigeria in its involvement in terrorism, in kidnapping, especially the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu, and the person who gave the instruction to murder over 28 people, plus the person who gave the order of Python dance, something that is completely against the law. Inhuman treatment, treating human beings in their own land without dignity. None of these judges has had Nigeria to produce the person that gave the order, because what Nnamdi Kanu has been charging against them was that they came to his house and killed people, a lot of people, and even killed his parents. They tried to destroy his family. Who is the general that gave this order? The army general that went to a civil matter, my people. Because I don't know, I don't understand what some people, some Africans has really become. This disease they call Nigeria, what it has done to people is very sad. It's unbelievable. Mazen Nnamdi has been charging these people. You came to my house and you killed people. Who gave this order? And why would you have to bring army in a civil matter? And for the most part, Mazen Nnamdi was not running until they make an attempt to take his life. The life that they themselves cannot give. A future that they don't have. These creatures had made their people a laughing stock in the face of the world. They have even chased away all the indigenous people. And they are very happy about it, that why they are chasing away the people economically, strangulate everywhere and let the people go and run away. And terrorists are bringing in their family members from where, only God knows where, to occupy the land. And then an army general that claims he's an army is getting involved in civil matter, to the extent he has to go to the house of a person who is saying that his people deserve a better life, they deserve security, they deserve job security, they deserve food security, they deserve financial security, they deserve economic security, because this country is impoverishing the owners of the land. This country is deeply involved in bringing foreign terrorists to conquer and Islamize this land. And if you don't rise up to defend yourself, you will all be killed one by one. Just the same way they killed Hausa people like chickens. That's all. They say you are a terrorist. Anybody that rises up in the south to say this corruption should be over with, they will go after you and destroy your family. And these orders and these instructions to do this is made by someone. And there you are, you have a court. The principal person that they went to Kenya to kidnap is there with them, and he's been trying to educate them that your problem and your doom is because you don't respect the law, or perhaps you don't know the law, and you are trying to rule people by instinct, by your human instinct. With your anger, your emotions, and your hatreds, you will just kill everybody. A generation that doesn't deserve good. Those of you who fought for Nigeria against the freedom of Biafran people, what you are suffering today is what you fought for. And you are going to suffer a lot, because for things to get better, we need to stop Nigeria. And by stopping it, it might get destabilized, it might get hooked up. Of course, you will kill us and we will kill you. And that your attempt and this your quest to kill us is what is going to destroy you. Because we are a seed. We are seeds. We are pure seeds. And we grow, we germinate, and we produce good fruits. We are pregnant. We are pregnant and we are carrying the future in our stomach. And your quest to destroy it will destroy you. You will try to fight, and Nigeria will fight and destroy itself. Because we are right there to make it possible. We deserve a better life. We deserve a better future. We deserve to govern ourselves. We deserve peace. We deserve progress. We deserve to create, to build a wonderful and a beautiful nation on this planet. We deserve a state, and you cannot stop us. You will suffer terrorism, the most kind that you have never experienced before, when you try to stop the light of God from shining. We have tried to survive with you, but it's been unbelievably difficult. You are hypocrites, and hypocrisy, such energy is from the forces of darkness. You try to stop the light from shining, and there is no good that is going to come from Nigeria. They are hypocrites. Ask them, tell them to produce the army general that ordered the murders of innocent civilians in Nnamdi Kanu's house. They invaded Nnamdi Kanu house in 2017, and they killed a lot of people, the unalived, innocent people. The situation between Nnamdi Kanu and the Nigerian Islamic State, terrorist states, is a civil matter. Nnamdi Kanu wants a better life for his people. Nnamdi Kanu wants freedom for his people. Nnamdi Kanu doesn't want his people to suffer any longer, to suffer poverty, being economically exiled, and hundreds of thousands of young Biafrans, innocent people, are meant to suffer abroad. People intimidate them, racist them, accuse them, even some wrongly accused of some certain crime. They get in for it. This very future that Nigeria provides is what Nnamdi Kanu is strictly against. And we believe in the cause of freedom. That is why we have made ourselves available. Let Nigeria produce the army general that led the invasion of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's house in 2017. The people that died, they were not chickens, they are humans. And somebody must be held accountable for the death of those people. There are thousands of Biafran dead victims. Nobody have accounted for it. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of Biafrans who were taken from their homes, some along the street, forcefully, wrongly accused of what they never knew about. Some of them are not even in support of their own freedom, but they still had to suffer likewise. The criminality of the Nigerian state. If these people are not alien, they should start taking responsibility. Who is the army general that is responsible in the killings of dozens of Biafrans in Nnamdi Kanu's house in 2017? If they are not alien, they should produce him. Who is really Nigerian government? The criminality of Nigeria is unforgivable. Unforgivable. Because the darkness of Nigeria, unfortunately, is like a seed. It germinates. You can see the ones that are turning kings from their own town where they are ruling their people, is turning them from king to enogi. He believed that his own king is better than the other king, so that those other kings have to be under him. So they are king, but they are not like king. This is what Nigeria breeds. These are crimes. You don't interfere with other people's culture. But who cares? It happens in Nigeria, and you know. Now they're already burning places in those states, trying to incriminate Biafrans, Gudo Biafrans. And some of them are beginning to write rubbish. You are very lucky we don't have enough resources. You will try to unalive us, we will unalive you. And at the end of the day, Biafra will stand. Gidigam. It's a battle against the forces of darkness. And the darkness will bow. So thank you very much, Ikuku and Honorable Chiamaka Jerry, and our humble information minister. Very well appreciative of your job. And
Yeah, thank you.
thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, University. Thank you. All right, I think I saw Ekwensu's hand up. You know this, probably you got busy. So when you're ready, I think I will see the hand up. Let's quickly give to our brother Afam Chuku Buike. Afam Chuku Buike, please grab the mic and give us your own submission. Please, if Afam is not ready and Ekwensu is ready, please, either one of you can quickly grab the mic, please.
Afam, are you there?
Okay, I'm here. I'm
And
here.
you are take the mic.
Okay, sorry, I was waiting for Ekwesu because I know he was raising his hand before. First of all, my greetings to my two ministers that are here. Those I could see. There are more than two. Mr. Snow, Minister of Information, Raf, my brother, I greet you guys all. First of all, before I proceed, please, for you guys to give me the privilege, our government, to say what I want to say, I'll be given 50 Gemma. And when I do that, I will send it to our Minister of Information. But I have to have my privilege to say and my opinion as a Biafran. And what I'm saying is not against our government. But what I'm saying is that being a Biafran, there is something I believe there are people who does not want us to restore Biafran. And it has come for a time that we have to use our madness. It has nothing to do with our government. Our government are doing what they are doing. But this is the time, individually, it has to be a revolution against all the Biafran politicians. Anywhere we get them. We are not saying that people should put themselves in at risk. I will give an example. I'm here in Brazil, I'm not hiding it. If anybody who has any information, any day, any Biafran politician is going to come to Brazil, give it to me. It is the time we have to show them the madness because they are the real people that is holding us, believe me. Because these people, they will always fight against us. They are the one who doesn't want us to get our freedom. They are the one who is fighting us. They are the one who is allowing Fulanis to come into our land. They are the one who made our leader to be where he is today. Our PM still, they are the one who made it possible that Bianco know went to where she went. And before our PM is where he is. And our leader, Nnamdi Kanu, they are the one who brought private jet to go to Kenya and kidnap him back. Enough of this time we wait for our government. Our men on the ground, they are doing what they are doing. Let them face those who are using guns to come. But there are things we individually we have to do, or group of people. If we don't do it, these criminals will be fighting us. It is the time we extend it even to their families, anywhere they are in the world. I'm saying this, I'm not hiding it. Let nobody tell me, because if anybody wants to tell me if it's politically correct for not to say it, bring your own. Oh, I should be waiting, writing to who? Every day they are killing people in our land. How can you tell me of justice? You preach what you're not practicing, and you're telling me to understand it. Why won't you call me a fool? How can you tell me not to do this and you're doing it? How many Biafran souls are dying every day? These are people's children. And every time we are wasting time, it's time we fight to these people. That is what I'm saying. It is the time anywhere we have somebody who is giving us information. Anywhere anytime they step out of Biafra land and go out of the world where there is where we are, like where we are, we go after them. It doesn't matter. I'm ready. I'm ready. I keep saying this. Give me the information of any Biafran politician that comes here. If you don't hear something, any day I talk, know that it's dog that made love to my mother before I'm born.
What kind of rubbish is this? Where are the people? Where are the men? How many souls will die before we know that it's time we take it to these our people? Because if they don't sell us, outsiders cannot come into us. These are the people who are holding us. By the time we deal with them, our government could be able to take care of Biafra land and govern us and do the things that is right. Since our people doesn't want to bring money for our men to do what they do, we have to take it to another stage. Believe me, this talking sometimes it gets me tired. That is why they're holding our leader. Tell me where, American or whatever, they are saying what I keep saying it. If we don't deal with these sabos that are the ones that are doing this to us, we are not going anywhere. Because we are waiting to solve problems the way whites are solving their own. Let them come. Let us do. Let all this abomination, all these calamities that is happening in Biafra land, and they are doing to us individually. Let it happen anywhere in the world. Let me know if they will take it. Now they are praising Burkina Faso. Why we have heroes? We have best men. We have best men in Biafra land. Do we know the worth of our PM? Do we know the worth of our leader? I yield my mic. Thank you. Please.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Afam. Thank you very much. I can feel your pain. I can feel your anger, and I want Biafrans to be as angry, even more angry than you. Even more angry than you. I have suggested before, and I want to suggest again, and even in the government, we need to begin to make these plans. We need to have what we call monitoring spirits. You know, whatever name, I think myself and Ayochuku were talking about something like that. People that will be monitoring these movements of these God-forsaken people that are still calling themselves
Exactly,
or
my minister.
Biafrans. We
That's what you're
just have
saying.
to, it's just that we are careful because we're on social media, but if I'm allowed to use the words I will use here, honestly, you will think I am more wicked than a ruthless person. In fact, I can be the most ruthless human being on earth. Just imagine me now. I am in my city here in Italy, and I see Okezi Pazu. I see Dave Omai. I swear to my God, to God who made me, ọbụna m egwufu here for that day ka m gaa nka n'obodo anọ m sị mara na afọ m abụọ apụcha maka adịrị. That is all. Put on the news the same picture. No more agụpụ Dave Omai afọ. That is a good see everywhere. Afọ m abụọ everywhere. The whole time where they put it, upon that one over the last thing game in one man is open. So people should know that we are not yet angry enough. We are not yet angry. Just that we have to be moderate with our words because we are on social media. But if there's any slogan you can use for your words as much as possible, but use it. But I want you to know that we are very angry. And for me, you are not even angry like I want. I want more. Actually, even on no matter what, Biafrans will be monitoring. We will assign monitoring spirits in South Africa, monitoring spirits in Europe, monitoring spirits in Asia, monitoring spirits everywhere. Now, we do that many things. I say one of the idiots see from Enugu State. Now Soludo, some of them they go on a free movement to go and do shopping for their children. The Soludo they are Rome. Because of God at Rome, he wouldn't have anybody die. If you there, I'm telling you, we're going to swear no. Don't that no. This is the thing that have made people this level in my village.
Make sure
were eze tapụ ya kwapụrụ amụ ozugbo ozugbo ndị a ga-akpata
you must die.
Ndị obodo a na-ajụ m mama nwoke ihe a ga-anapụ m my passport nna asị m abụghị m onye obodo a abụ m onye Biafra onye a na ya bụ eji nọrọ ebe a ọ na-asịze n'ebe ka ikpe tabloid eburu ya. We need that to happen. We need it to happen. I need my mic.
Biko, before the next speaker, Minister of Information, in my file, na ọ dụrụ m anya ana ọ dụrụ ọtụtụ ndị mmadụ anya na very soon ifuru ndị ara ndị a niile na Galavat obere oge maka Chineke bi n'eluigwe ifuru na Abuja ahụ ha na-anọ ọ ebe ahụ ka ha ga-anọ maka enwe otu ọbụla anyị ga-esi nweta information otu anyị si kwe ya kịta ọ ga-emekwa because ndị a na-efil that ọwụrụ na ejide ofu onye efili na ejidechara onye ọbụla mana very soon anyị ga-agwa ha ọnọdụ ha ga-anọ very soon ndị a fili na
what we are going to do is that if we can let people know that na onye ọbụla nwetara any of the politicians anyị ga-eme public onye ọbụla amara na nna you will have a reward. Ị ga-enwe reward anyị need ihe mee public after it ha bumped n'isi already if I could see my good na bumped n'isi ha already.
There is no reward for me more than that. The reward, destroying them is a reward for me.
In Biafra land, they should also already know that bounty is on their head. But one good thing is that Biafrans are not going to do this for bounty. I gave me because now there is no bounty that can pay for the suffering. I suffer going to one.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now, thank you very much. I give the microphone. Yeah, if is not ready, we are going to give Matt, please grab the mic.
Okay, I greet you, Information Minister, and the Deputy, and every Biafran here. I thank you all of you coming out every day to that set things and set the record straight. You see, most of us here, we are not happy. We are not happy at all. If you check around here, you see that these people are having a last mind, last spirit again. Because before, all of them are running to Abuja. Since this woman, this Orabufulani, this woman tried to, destroy our BGRA in Ezra. You see, these people have tried to, like a hopeless on them. All of them are now, moving around and like, blowing siren. Before it was not like that. All of them we are trying to run. All of them we are running away to Abuja. It's not hard time that we bring down at least one or two person. Now, the one we are hearing now is that they are trying to, they are visiting our Igbe, our useless Igbe, those who are appointed Igbe, those useless people, trying to, trying to bring some evidence that all the bombing and the shooting is done by IPOB. Can you see? Yeah, it's not hard time that we fish them one at least take one or two as a sample. I don't understand. Yeah, is that something we are afraid of, or I mean, we are trying to, so that they do not label us?
If you have the time to do it, nobody's afraid. If we have a means to do it, do it. Do it. Nobody's. We don't need permission. Go and do it.
I swear, this is getting out of hand. Eh? This thing has to be. Let's do something about.